Good morning, friends. I'm here with my husband, Steve, and we want to bring your attention to something really very interesting. You know that our sources that we cannot disclose at this time told us that this counter coup, the soft counter coup in the United States is a psyop and it's false. Now, some of you believe this, some of you not, because I can understand that American people are desperate for some solutions. There's crazy times right now in the United States. And anything like this happening from seemingly wonderful person for person who is a doctor and he is the intelligence telling you in YouTube that goes viral, and he's telling you that there is a counter coup and we are handling this and this is a history happening. I believe that this gives people hope that finally we're going to get our republic back, that something great is happening here. So when we come out here with information that this is a psyop, you may not believe us. But as I am watching the situation, more and more it's been proven now that yes, indeed, this is a psyop. It's a game. And I'm very afraid that American people are in a huge psychological game right now, and they are being played. When it comes to this person here, Steve Pieczenik, he is a doctor, a psychiatrist, a specialist in regime change. He has worked for government for all of his life. He was a member of CFR, which we know is New World Order organization, under the Jesuits. And yes, of course, apparently in 2012, he got out of there. However, he has worked with Bush Sr., he has worked with Kissinger, and he still works with Kissinger. Out of his own mouth, he has said that Bush and Kissinger has done great things for America. I am here to challenge that. Did he? Did they do great things for America? Well, you will see. I have prepared here for you some of the quotes from Kissinger and what he stands for. People, no one who works with Kissinger is on your side. FBI, CIA, Pentagon, these are not the agencies that fight for you. These are not agencies that are on people's side. These agencies are behind the most evil things on this earth. CIA is behind creating ISIS, organization that beheads Christians in the Middle East. The children are being beheaded, and it's all financed by American tax dollars through CIA. These people who work for these agencies are not people for you. But anyway, let's listen to what Steve Pieczenik says here. So listen carefully, please.
We in the intelligence community and others involved have informally gotten together, and with their permission, I am beginning to announce that we've initiated a counter coup through Julian Assange.
Listen, he said that we in intelligence community have gone formally together, and then we have initiated counter coup through Julian Assange. Listen.
And WikiLeaks. What has happened in effect when Comey had to open up the case of Hillary Clinton and discuss the emails that were involved with the Anthony Weiner case, it was not the case itself that was as important as the fact that this was the entree for many of us in the counter coup to say to the administration, we have your number. Not only do we have your number, we're going to stop you from making Hillary the president of the United States.
So he is telling you, the American people, that they are stopping the intelligence are going to stop Hillary from being the president of the United States. Okay, well, you know that this video is accessible online. You can go ahead, you can listen to the whole thing. The sum of it all is that he is claiming, as a part of intelligence community in the United States, who represents CIA, FBI, Pentagon, he's saying that they are doing this soft counter coup. They gotten together, and through Julian Assange and WikiLeaks, they're going to fight against Hillary. Now, yesterday, Mr. Assange had a live interview with RT. It's an Australian journalist and documentary maker, John Pilger, okay, who interviewed Mr. Assange live yesterday.
Well, actually, I think it is pre-recorded, but they, of course, they were live together when they recorded it.
Oh, okay, so it was pre-recorded, that's fine, but that was just yesterday, Steve, right?
Yes.
Okay, it tells me full screen is unavailable and all that, so what I'm going to do is just play the way it is. Listen to what Julian Assange is saying.
Saying, what is WikiLeaks doing? Are they trying to put Trump in the White House?
My analysis is that Trump would not be permitted to win.
Did you hear that? Trump will not be permitted to win.
Why do I say that? Because he's had every establishment offside. Trump doesn't have one establishment, maybe with the exception of the evangelicals, if you can call them an establishment. But banks, intelligence, arms companies,
well, they all want him beat
foreign money, etc.
Yeah.
Is all united behind Hillary Clinton.
Did you hear this? Here Assange yesterday is contradicting Steve Pieczenik. Isn't that just contradiction that blows your mind? Steve is saying that they gotten together and they're working to get Hillary out through Assange and WikiLeaks. Yesterday, Assange is doing an interview with RT, and he is telling you that Trump will not be in the White House, that he has nobody behind him, no intelligence, not one intelligence agency behind him. Okay? So obviously, Mr. Assange has no idea of what Steve Pieczenik is doing online. What do you think, Steve, is happening here?
Well, the one thing I would have to say, think about this here. Think of the timing of Steve Pieczenik and him coming out with what he's doing. Isn't it odd that he comes out at the very time that the internet is cut to the Ecuadorian embassy so that Julian Assange cannot access the internet? I think it's kind of suspect for the timing of his release and that of Julian Assange not being able to really speak or interact online. That would be my thought. That's what I would look at.
Well, it is certainly something to think about, because this is a huge contradiction. If Steve Pieczenik is saying that the intelligence community got together to do this counter coup, yeah? And he's claiming it's through Assange and WikiLeaks. Mr. Assange would have to know about it. He would have to know something about it.
Yes, he would have had to have known it to begin with. And the thing is clearly his statement here is in contradictory to that of Steve's. And so we know that something is up. I mean, these are the little things that you have to pay attention to. And most people, for the majority of Americans, or any country, doesn't matter just about Americans, but people don't pay attention to details. They say that women pay more attention to details than men do, and that's true. My wife is picked up on this already, and I listened to it, and I didn't put two and two together at the time.
Well, it's not about praising women. I'm sure many men would understand this too. It's just, this is something that bothers me because, guys, we are being played here. They're playing with us. This is psychological game. Do not trust Steve Pieczenik. I don't trust him after this at all. Not that I trusted him before. Well, maybe at very first when we got this information, we were a little excited.
Well, we're hopeful. That's what it is.
We had a little hope, just like anybody else would. But then we had our own sources call us And they told us, be very careful. This is a psyop. This is a game. Now, when you, Steve, came out with it, you had a lot of opposition, people sending you very hateful messages and stuff. Well, we just reported what we got here from our sources that we cannot disclose at that time. But here we have, just a few days later, this interview with Artie and Assange. And we are seeing a huge contradiction of what Steve Pieczenik is saying. And now when you do your own investigation that Steve is with Kissinger and he's pro-Kissinger, well, let's show people a few things about who Kissinger is. He's basically an architect of a new world order and has been, here. Okay. Look at this. That's Mr. Kissinger here. These are some of his views.
One thing, and I just mentioned this, it just seems odd to me. Have you ever noticed how long and how active mentally these New World Order leaders actually live? I mean, Kissinger is in his mid-90s, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Many of these guys, and I know that maybe that doesn't sound like that big of a deal, but just makes you wonder.
Yeah. Look at what he says. Depopulation should be the highest priority of foreign policy towards third world. Guys, this is exactly what United States have been doing, government, have been doing for past years. They've been involved in these wars in the Middle East, which is considered third world countries. And look what they've done in Iraq, in Libya, in Afghanistan. Now they were trying to do the same in Syria. Well, and of course, a lot of people died in Syria. Major depopulation agenda. They have killed millions of these people. But look, this is the policy of Kissinger, the New World Order guy, okay? So what else does this guy say? Let's see. Kissinger says, out of his own mouth, Obama's task is to help create a new world order. Well, that just tells you that Obama has been prepped to be a president. Your vote didn't matter. Now, when we are telling with Steve that it doesn't matter who you vote for, you don't get to pick anything. It's all a game, okay? They already know who the president is going to be. And he's saying that Obama's task was to help to create a new world order. So, people just read. These people tell you the truth out of their own mouth. They tell you their own agenda. Let's see. Look what Kissinger thinks of our military, of our boys and girls, mothers that send their children to military. He says military men are dumb, stupid animals to be used as pawns for foreign policy. Now, did he tell truth?
Well, the thing is, he's not saying the truth about that they're dumb. The thing is they put the American people in such a financial depravity to begin with that the young men of today and the young women of today that are very intelligent and could do tremendous good in society or end up putting in the military because they have no more options left to them. And then they dumb them down there by the deprogramming of boot camp and things of this nature here. It's only the ones that get out early and then take and use a little bit of what they learned maybe through the educational system of the military that can do a little bit of good afterwards. But no, they're not stupid as the way he wants to imply.
No, but he did say the truth in one thing, that they are used as pawns for foreign policy. So he did tell you guys, tell you what they think about you.
Yes.
Okay, they are looking at military people in our country as dumb, stupid animals and are using them for their own policies. So now, don't forget to send your kids to military. You see what I mean? We shouldn't play their games. We shouldn't put our children to military because...
Well, the thing is we need a military truth to keep the world safe as far as the values of America.
Not under these conditions.
But not under this condition, no, I agree. What we need, though, is we need the government to change and to remove the New World Order leaders.
Exactly. Now, look what he says. It's not a matter of what is true that counts, but a matter of what is perceived to be true. Wow. Here we go, guys. And Steve Pieczenik, thinks that this guy has done something good for America. Okay, I want you to think about this, what we just presented here to you. There is a major psychological game being played on American people.
The psychological doctor.
Yeah, by a psychiatrist, exactly. Not to mention psychiatry is a favorite, favorite medicinal area for New World Order. But we have contacted Mr. Anthony Patch. Most likely we will be talking today with him, having interview in our studio here through phone. So I hope this is successful, because we're going to uncover more on this counter coup, or so-called counter coup, with him. He's an expert in New World Order, CERN, and other things. So please stay tuned to Israeli News Live. I might download that interview on my channel and Steve's channel at the same time. All right, guys, well, have a great day, and please keep in prayer. Our Lord has got us. We are in Him. We don't trust men, we trust God. And have a good day, guys. Talk to you later.